Okay, so I've been working on this project and I really had to share it with you guys. It's just awesome. So I've named it Impossible Cube Rolling Animation, even though there's nothing impossible about it. I just suppose it's a really clickbaity title. Full disclosure there anyway. It's still nevertheless quite cool. So what we have here is this rolling cube. I'll quickly show you guys the scene. So the idea is having this rolling cube and placing geometry in just such a way so that wherever the cube is, it's always interacting. And you've probably seen these things, I don't know what they're called in real life, but you get them sometimes I've seen them at like science fairs and projects where you might have a bicycle with the square wheels and they ride over this track and it's just a perfectly smooth ride because you have like a floor that's specifically made for it. So we're going to be making this, the video you see here, we're going to be making this scene, putting up the camera and everything. The only thing we won't be doing is the lighting and the materials. So just letting you guys know about that, but let's get into the tutorial. I think you guys are really gonna like this. Okay, so if a brand new scene opened up in Blender 2.83, go ahead and just delete the default camera and the lamp if you want to. I just have my default cube here. We don't have to add anything into the scene at the moment, so just our default cube will be fine. With this default cube selected, I'm just gonna go and hit 1 on my number pad. That's gonna take me into my front orthographic view. And we're gonna be primarily working in our front orthographic view when we do these sort of motion graphic animations. It's just a view I like, but you can work and write if you want to, but I'm going to go with this just to make it easy. So in front orthographic view with this default cube selected, we're going to do some very, very, very easy animation. So let's start here by going to our end frames. I've already gone ahead and made it 240 frames. So by default, it's set to 250. So go in here, just type in 240 frames. And once you've done that, what we're going to do is come here to frame 1. Make sure our little slider here is on frame 1. And on frame 1, with our default cube selected, we're going to hit N, so the N key on your keyboard. That's going to bring up these property panels here. We're going to click on the item. And under the item, we're going to see these transform properties. So make sure this is open. And very conveniently about this, because we're using the default cube and it's just originally where it is in the default scene, all these vectors here, these transformation vectors, are set to 0. So our location is set to 0 and our rotation is set to 0. So that makes it really convenient. So what we're going to do on frame 1, with no animation done to this yet, we're going to go I and just insert a location keyframe and a rotation keyframe. This is going to make sense in a little while we're doing 2 at the same time. And then what we're going to do is drag our little slider here to frame 120. And what we're going to simply do is, if you look here, and I'm going to explain why we're doing this. So if you look here at our cube, you're going to see it sits in this grid here. So you can see there's one cube space, then there's another one, and then there's another one. We want to move this up, I think 5. And the way we do that is we select this guy here, and we come here to our location on our transforms, and we're going to be setting the location on the X to -8. -8, so type in minus and 8 and hit enter. And what it's done is on frame 120 moved our cube up 4 spaces. So one cube space, 2, 3, 4. With that done, and we're on frame 120, hovering over this new value, we're going to hit the I key. That's going to insert a keyframe for 8 meters. Now, while we're still on frame 120, we're going to quickly come in here now to our Y. And we want this to rotate 360 degrees as it is moving over this -8 meter space location on the X. So come here and type in 360 and hit enter. Actually, just -360, I'm sorry. -360 and then hit enter. And now hovering over it, hit the I key to insert a keyframe. So I hope I went slow enough, I didn't rush. I hope you guys understand it. So what we're going to see now is this. And yes, at the moment it's kind of starting quickly and ending quickly, and kind of like the animation isn't the way we want it because there's a Bezier curve on it. So what we're going to simply do is just select these 2 inserts here, and we're going to go T, and we're going to make the interpolation of this linear. So at the moment, we're not going to have this easing in and easing out on our animation curves. We should just see one linear movement. So let's play that. And that is really good. Okay, so animation is where we want it to be. And the very easy way to make this loop and just go back to where it was is to simply click on this first little insert here, this keyframe, and go Shift D and just slide it across to frame 240. Like so. Frame 240 there. So now, if we play, we're going to see it looping. So it's going to go here, and it's going to come back, and it's going to keep going back and forth, back and forth. And now all we have to simply do is just build our scene around this really simple animation. So what I like to do first of all is also just grab my cube, just to make it look nicer. I know we don't have to. I'm just going to add in a modifier. We're going to add in a bevel. I want to come here and take this offset, mess around with it, make it whatever you want. Not too much, but I'm going to go with something like 0.03. And then I'm going to come here and set the method limit to angle. And I'm going to come here and set the segments to something like 3 or 4. And just go to object and enable smooth shading. So now we have these nice smooth rounded edges. It doesn't look too sharp. Awesome. So now in our front orthographic view, what we're going to do is just make sure we go to our first frame over here. And with our cursor here still in the world origin in the center, all we have to do is go Shift A. We're going to go to our mesh options and we're going to add in a cylinder. With that cylinder selected, go RX90, hit enter, and then go G, Z, and just bring it down roughly here. This doesn't have to be exact at the moment because we are going to have to mess around with it a bit. We can come here now and just slowly play through this animation by dragging the slider. And we can see at this point here, it's too far away from here. So what we're going to do is select this cylinder here and go S, X, and scale it till it is roughly touching there. So now if we go through, it should look like that. And on our animation, you're not going to be able to see that little gap there, so it doesn't have to be exact. And we can scale it up on the Z a bit if you want. Just roughly like that. Cool. So let's add some modifiers to this. So first of all, go Control A and just apply the scale. Then go Add Modifier. We're going to add in a bevel. Set the limit method to angle. And we're going to come here, mess around with the offset. Something like 0.07 is fine. Increase the segments and also add in a subdivision surface modifier. And then we're going to come here to Object and enable smooth shading. Okay, now all we have to simply do is grab this guy and go Shift D, X, move it, and move it right here, like so, where those two intersect. And then keep playing through the animation, like so, and then go Shift D and go X. And yes, you could use a modifier. I'm just going to do this, keep it nice and simple, and just keep dragging it through. We're almost done. Shift D, X. And right to here, one more. Shift D, X. Just like that. Okay, that is looking good. And now we can go Shift A. We're going to add in a plane. Just go G, Z, bring it down to here and just scale it up nice and big. And go G, Z, just bring it up to about there. So here we have this scene. We can also come here into any view we want. I'm just going to go for one like this and go Shift A. I'm going to add in a camera to my scene. Then I'm going to hit 0 to go into my camera while it's still active, and then go G, hit my middle mouse wheel, pull back, just to get a nice pose that I like. I'm going to come here to my camera settings. I'm going to make the focal length 120, and I'm going to go G, hit my middle mouse wheel, and just pull back, like so. So here I have my camera view. Just get something you like. Totally up to you. So it's something like that works for me. So let's go to our first frame and just see what it looks like for our camera view. So hit the play button. And there we have our really awesome animation. And this is just going to go loop and loop and loop. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Like I said, this is not a lighting or materials one, but I will be making my original one available on Gumroad for $1 if you guys want to get that. I would do the materials and stuff usually, but at the moment I'm really busy. I'm also preparing for a 2-week holiday, so I'm just keeping these tutorials as basic as possible. But I do hope you guys learned something. So I'll see you guys next time for another tutorial.